Yo, so let me turn this down real quick. So, I went and saw that Jurassic Park, that new Jurassic Park movie, and I'm gonna give an earnest review on that. Man, it's hot out here. Oh my goodness. But anyway, listen. So I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 out of 10, right? So here's the thing. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 only because I feel like they bunched, or they tried to incorporate, I guess this being the last Jurassic Park, they tried to kind of bunch everything up together. And it kind of made it look clustered. You know what I'm saying? So look at the little groundhog. But anyway, listen. So, of course, you know, they got Jurassic Park 1, they got Jurassic Park 2, they got Jurassic Park 3, they got Jurassic World, and then they got Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. All right, those are the big hit Jurassic Park movies. They got, you know, little side things, but that don't count. All right. So anyway, I felt like, without giving too much of the movie away for those of y'all who haven't seen it, they got from Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you got Owen and you got the chick Claire, right? Now, from Jurassic Park 1, you got Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler. I think that, yeah, Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler from Jurassic Park 1. They did away with them in Jurassic Park 2, and they stuck with Owen and I forget the other lady name, but then they brought them back, Dr. Sattler and Dr. Shoot, I lost his name, Dr. Grant. They brought them back in Jurassic Park 3 when they had to go find old boy that was in the lost world, right? The island, right? So just to recap, so you understand, Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler, Owen, and then Dr. Claire, right, from Jurassic World. And then, so in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you understand that they brought Macy, right, who you find out who was a clone. They say there was a clone that the daughter of Dr. Hammond, she was cloned to, I guess, bring back the daughter. But you find out something different in the new Jurassic Park. So understand her purpose. But here's the thing. So I'm just kind of recapping who they all have. I thought Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler, I already knew that they were going to be involved. I thought it was going to be more of a cameo, but it wasn't. They were actually involved. And this is why I say it was clustered, right? So they opened up, and I'm gonna tell you the plot of the whole thing, what's behind the whole thing. So they got these genetically modified locusts, right? That is the issue. It's the main issue of the whole movie. All right, the whole movie is behind some genetically modified locusts. Locusts. Do you understand me? Locusts. Genetically modified locusts. Now, that didn't, okay. So you don't even see a lot of animals. Like, they got animals throughout the movie, but the whole plot or plots of the movie is behind the locusts and Macy. Okay. So right off the bat, toward the ending, I mean the beginning, they got Macy, Owen, and Claire. It has taken ownership, parental ownership of Macy, right? So you got people trying to find her. I think it's I forgot the doggone corporation, Eon, it's whatever the corporation is. But anyway, they're trying to find Macy, and because she's like the golden egg of, or whatever you want to call it, she's the ticket to the future, as they call it, right? But really, she's her genetic design is a ticket to stopping these locusts, right? But anyway, it's behind greed. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this movie about to turn for a while, because you don't see a lot of animals or a lot of dinosaurs, right? they got some National Geographic type stuff with the animals incorporated with the animals incorporated with the dinosaurs, you know, Kumbaya and all that stuff like that. But it's like a James Bond and Mission Impossible kind of stuff, right? So they get Macy, and it's a fight to get her back. So there's a lot of you know, there's a lot of action trying to get her back, and they incorporate you know, some dinosaurs or whatever like that in it. But the whole front part of Jurassic World is them fighting to get Macy back. Now, then on the other end, Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler are involved in trying to get a sample of these genetically modified locusts, right? So their whole thing, they go to this what is that place called, man? Hold on, give me a sec. I don't know what that place is called. I don't know what that place is called. But anyway, it starts with an E. I don't recall it. All right. I don't recall it. It's too hot out here. All right. So the whole purpose is they go to this plant. They call them to come to this plant, and they're like, hey, we need your help. We want you to tour this plant, let you know what we're all about. I think it's the guy, I'm not mistaken, so correct me if I'm wrong, but remember in Jurassic Park 1 where the big fat tech guy meets that dude and he gives him the Barbasol can? I think it's that guy. I think it's that guy that's running that facility. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think it's that guy, Dotson or whatever his name is. But anyway, so he has his greed, and Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler go to this plant. They're touring the plant. Then they got a tour guide who's really behind, you know what I'm saying? And they got Ian. They brought Ian back, and he's this great philosopher, you know, kind of just, you know, then he turns rebel against the plant or whatever like that. They try to kick him out. So Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler are pretty much like trying to do this little low-key Mission Impossible to get a sample of these genetically modified locusts, these big behind locusts, right? So all in all, then they bring Macy to the facility. Mind you, Dr. Owen and Claire are trying to find Macy. So they're on this James Bond mission, right? And then somehow, you know, they connect with the pilot, the black chick, the pilot, and she's on some G.I. Jane type stuff. I don't know. She didn't really fit. That's my opinion. She didn't really fit. I thought her character was a little bit too aggressive. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Her, you know, anyway. So she's seen Macy. So she's there. So she's Owen and Sattler's. She's the bridge between them finding Macy. But anyway, so I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler are at this facility, and they bring Macy to the facility, and that's how they come in encounter with Macy. So Macy is the bridge between Owen and Claire, which is Jurassic World, and then Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler at Jurassic Park. Okay, so Macy is their bridge, and that's how they become a big behind team. Okay, so then of course, you know, they got T-Rex in there, and then they got the big ugly thing that they created, Visceraptor or whatever that thing is called from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, right? So he's supposed to be this big, high and mighty, you know what I'm saying, dinosaur. And, you know, T-Rex get pretty much punked out toward the middle of the doggone movie, you know what I'm saying, fighting over a little scrap of deer. And the Visceraptor, whatever that thing is called, you know, pretty much handled T-Rex. So T-Rex looks like a big punk right now, right? So then towards the end, you got this ostrich, this big behind ostrich with claws, right? And T-Rex getting handled at the end. I mean, getting handled. You heard me. So he's getting handled. Pretty much the Visceraptor, whatever that thing is called, knocks, you know what I'm saying, knocks T-Rex unconscious, right? So T-Rex out, tongue hanging out. It reminds me of when King Kong was fighting Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? Like Godzilla was getting King Kong the business because, you know, he just, you know. But then, you know, this ostrich with claws comes in and he just Edward Scissorhanding the Visiraptor, whatever that thing is called, right? He just he clawing that thing, right? So then the Visiraptor had enough and he started, you know, getting control of the ostrich, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, then all of a sudden T-Rex just magically comes out of his coma, and then they do some WWE triple threat stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? T-Rex come out the woodwork and he biting on the little big Visiraptor thing. He biting on his neck, and then he set him up like some Rey Mysterio type stuff. And then he throw him into the ostrich thing and he claw him through the neck and through the body, and that's it, right? Listen, 7.5 out of 10, man. Then, you know, Macy finds out some more stuff about who she is, right? I'm not gonna give that away. I might, but I'm not gonna give it away. That is very interesting, so I'll leave you to go look at that. But other than that, I'm trying to think what else is. Oh, so they got what? 3 Jurassic Parks, 2 Jurassic Worlds, and they incorporate, I'm gonna call those cameos from all of those movies. You got, remember the fat tech guy and the little thing with the little, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They team up on Dotson. They kill him with the little split in the face, all of that. They got scenes. They redo, I ain't gonna say they redo scenes, but they have reenactments of scenes from every Jurassic Park. Now that brings the nostalgia back. I like that. I like that they did reenact scenes from every Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. That was cool. Again, but it felt clustered, right? It felt clustered. Again, it was on some National Geographic. It was on some James Bond. It was on some Mission Impossible type stuff. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Very theatrical. The plot was simple. You know what I'm saying? With the locust being the main focus point. Greed, of course. You know, you pretty much incorporate everybody except John Hammond. Of course, he passes away. His part is deleted. You got Dotson, you got Ian, you got Dr. Sattler, Dr. Grant, you got Claire, you got Owen as the main, you know what I'm saying, the main people. And I figured, and I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I figured that they weren't gonna give Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler a cameo appearance. Only because they are the reason why it turned into Jurassic World. Kind of, sort of. But I knew that they weren't going to give them a cameo. I knew they were going to give them an actual plot, a part. But again, I feel like that either they should have stuck together the whole movie, introduce them at the beginning, and then let them encounter the plot and solve the plot and resolve the plot all at the same time, versus it felt like Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler had their own mission, and then Owen and Claire had their own mission, and again Macy was the bridge to bring them both together, and then they kind of ride off into the sunset. And then of course you got the Asian dude who's behind it. He looking old. He don't really have a part, but he's you know, he's the brains behind the whole operation. So he's like, he wants Macy because he's like Macy's genetic. He explains it to Macy why she was created. He shows her videos and all of that stuff like that. So, and then it just kind of ends. It just kind of like, after T-Rex and the ostrich thing killed a Visiraptor, you know, it just kind of ends. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess at the end they genetically modify one of the locusts and they release. Now, mind you, listen, they release one locust into the doggone into the earth, right? With all the little the bad locusts, and I didn't understand that. How is one locust supposed to cure all the other locusts? Like, they already made. Anyway, that's why I give it a 7.5 out of 10, man. That's why I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I liked it. I didn't love it. It could have been better. Again, it was on some James Bond, Mission Impossible, National Geographic type stuff, and that's my honest opinion. I like how they incorporated the nostalgia with the recaps of all the Jurassic Parks and the Jurassic World. They put them all together. You'll clearly identify. You'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. They do the music and everything with it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, I feel like everything was clustered. I feel like it was so much that it was like, you kind of feel like they just threw it together. And again, it was good. It was good. I'm not taking away from the movie. I love the movie. I liked the movie. I didn't love it, but I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It is a collector's item. If you're going to complete the whole Jurassic Park, Jurassic World series, I feel like it could have been better to end the whole Jurassic Park, Jurassic World series. But again, that's just my opinion. This is solely my opinion. And you let me know what you think, though. Let me know what you think. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think, honestly. And if you haven't seen the movie, it is worth seeing. Like, I'm not gonna kid you on that. It is worth seeing, to go see it and experience it. Again, I'm not knocking it. It's a good movie. It's a real good movie. It just won't great to me. To me, it won't great. When you follow all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, you're like, man, Fallen Kingdom was probably a better sequel than Dominion, than this one that's out now. Yeah, I mean, that's it, man. But let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know, and let's chop it up. All right, appreciate you.